Welcome to Simply Balance, you guys. My name is David Gensheimer, and in this video, we are talking about the butt. Yes, I said the butt. We're looking at how do we get a better looking butt. I get this question all the time. Can we do butt work? Can we do more butt work? Because people want butt work. And granted, in the Pilates world, we do a lot of butt work because we recognize the benefits of it. From hip stability to knee stability to ankle stability, that is the end all be all when it comes to keeping us from getting injured. So absolutely, Pilates instructors love doing butt work. But let's be honest, we all are a little vain. We do want a good looking butt. And so in this exercise, we're gonna talk about the 4 exercises that will help you get the best looking butt. If you're interested in more information like this, make sure you like the video as well as subscribe. Welcome, you guys. This is Lindsay Burrows. She is going to be helping demonstrate this exercise. You met her in the last video. So the first exercise that we're going to be looking at is a little out of the ordinary for our Pilates exercises. We're going to be doing a lunge, but we're also going to be adding a little bit of Romanian deadlift to the picture. I love this exercise. It absolutely destroys your glutes. So what she's going to do is go ahead and climb up on top of the chair. Yep, notice that her first foot is all the way at the back of the pedal. So it's all the way at the back side of the pedal. And her other foot is actually at the front of the chair. That's really, really important to get. If you get your feet too close together, your hips are gonna end up all cattywampus, and this exercise is just not going to be efficient. The second thing that we're gonna add into the picture is a spring from the Cadillac. Now, if you don't have a spring from the Cadillac, if you don't have a Cadillac in general, you can add a TheraBand into this exercise, make it a little easier. You can use the tubing. I just find the tubing doesn't give enough resistance to really get the desired results from this exercise. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna find her awesome, lovely neutral, and she's going to start standing upward on that chair. When she gets to the top, she's gonna still be in that neutral. And notice her foot does not leave the pedal. Her front leg is staying in a bent position. And from here, she's going to lever forward, keeping that neutral position. So this back stays completely flat. She's gonna go down and look for a little stretch in the hamstring and in the glute. And then she's going to start to come right back up, pulling the ribs and everything back. And then she's going to slowly control the pedal back down. Let's do that again. She's going to stand up. Stop at the top, maintain that neutral. Yep, and now she's going to lever forward, maintaining it, beautiful. And then she's gonna come right back up, squeeze the glute at the top, that left glute, and then go back down. Perfect, thank you, Lindsay, that was awesome. So that is the exercise. You're doing a lunge with a little bit of Romanian deadlift a part of it. Obviously, this is a little bit more advanced exercise, but it honestly is super effective. So if you get a chance to try it, or if you wanna teach it to your students, I would really recommend it. It's a great way to really get into the glutes. Okay, so this is exercise number 2 in our 4 exercise series. This one's a little bit more traditional. You're probably used to this one. It's bridging on the reformer. Now, a couple of tricks with this. I actually like to go to a lighter spring load for this one, so I actually have Lindsay on a red blue, which is pretty light. And the reason why I do that is it actually really starts to engage the hamstring, which in return will also help that glute max to start to engage as well. One thing to be aware of is that we don't want to be arching at the top of our bridge, because then it'll start to get into our low back. Yes, you should feel some low back in this exercise, but predominantly we should be focusing into the glutes and hamstrings. So what I'm gonna have her do is she's gonna bring one leg to tabletop, single leg bridging. So we're getting that unilateral work once again, so it's gonna get into that glute medius and minimus. And what she's gonna do is either flat back or rolling. I prefer flat back. I feel like you're gonna get more glute engagement here. So she's gonna try to keep her back completely stable in a neutral position, lift up to the ceiling. When she gets up here, she's gonna really fire that underneath glute, keeping the ribs in, maintaining that nice neutral. So she's really thinking about engaging that glute, and then she's gonna lower down as one piece, and her sacrum will touch the mat at the same time as her ribs. Excellent. Notice the carriage moved out just a little bit. We're gonna try our best not to do that. Now she's doing a wonderful job. Do that again. She's gonna bridge up, squeeze that glute max at the top, really focus on that glute max, and then go right back down and touch the mat. Now notice she was flat as a board the whole entire time that we did this. That is really, really important for this exercise. And the second thing is that connection mentally of thinking about that glute engaging and squeezing it in your head, because that's really actually going to get the nervous system involved and actually get more activation out of that glute. Ideally, rep ranges for this, we're looking at 10 or 15 reps and doing it for multiple sets. Third exercise, we are doing knee stretch. This is actually a pretty common exercise, but instead of doing it a traditional way, we're gonna actually turn the leg out, so we're getting more into those go-go queens, or the external rotators of the hip. So what I'm gonna have Lindsay do is we're on 2 red springs here. That's actually pretty heavy. I like heavy load. As long as they can maintain that neutral position, it's okay. If they can't maintain the neutral, then we're gonna drop down to a red-blue, maybe even a red-yellow, depending on their strength. She's gonna put her hands onto the foot bar. She's gonna take her leg to the opposite shoulder pad. She's gonna hop back just a little bit more with her standing leg, and then she's going to bend down to where she's in kind of a squat, turned out position. Now, really important, this toe and this knee need to be tracking in alignment with one another. A lot of times people will turn their foot out and drop their knee down. We really need to keep this knee lifted when we do this exercise, and she's gonna be in a deep squat in a neutral position. Now from here, she's gonna drive that machine out and come back in and try to hold it for a second at the very back of the exercise. So hold it even longer. Hold it, and then back in. Hold it, and back in. And that's really getting into those external rotators, as well as still getting our glute max involved in this exercise. If you really want to add a challenge, you can actually take the opposite arm off, and now we're getting some cross chain work. So we're getting into that anterior oblique sling. So the serratus anterior, internal oblique, external oblique, and even some adductors. So you're getting some awesome work here, but you're getting that glute work that we're trying to get at. Okay, this is our 4th and final exercise, and this is actually a little less traditional Pilates. It's called a Bulgarian split squat, but it's honestly one of my favorite exercises, especially if you're trying to get into strong glutes. So what we're gonna do is she's gonna take a weight into one of her hands, it doesn't matter which one to start. She's gonna walk forward fairly far away from the bench, even a little bit further, yep. And you want the bench to be somewhat high, but not super high up. And then she's gonna take whatever leg is opposite of the weight onto the bench. So let's take your left leg back, perfect, that's exactly right. You touching it, yep. Now what she's gonna do is the hand that's holding the weight is going to be the same hand of the leg that's back. And the reason why we're doing that is that it's forcing us to use that glute medius and minimus on the opposite side. Now what she's gonna do is tuck her tailbone, find her neutral. The back leg can bend as much as you want. She's going to bend her front knee, and she's gonna actually lean forward and touch the ground with the weight. And then when she comes up, she's gonna drive from her right leg, trying not to arch her back. Do that again, going down. She's gonna keep this flat now as you come up. Keep neutral, almost, yep, do it again. Go down, lean forward, tap the ground, keep neutral as you drive up, much better, and relax. Go ahead and take a little break. You can put the weight down. So the reason why we're doing the leaning forward is it's taking all those glute muscles, the glute max, the glute med and min, and it's actually lengthening them eccentrically. And you're gonna get much better engagement there. And honestly, if you do a few sets of these, your glutes will be screaming the next day. Mine are still a little bit sore from the other day on this one. Ideally, rep ranges, it just depends on the load that you're carrying. So that was 10 pounds. So for Lindsay, 8 reps is probably gonna be good for that specific exercise for her. You can always go a little bit higher in reps. I personally like to stick between 8 and 10 reps for this. I don't like to go much higher than that. If you do a much heavier load, then you're gonna drop those reps down to 4s and 5s and 6s. Guys, I hope that this was enjoyable and somewhat educational for you. Gave you some cool new exercises to do and make your butt look even better. If you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.